Now this, this is awesome. We're at tract 5 on the Niangua River. We're at the south side, just off of Marigold Drive. A little bit windy this morning. As I look through these trees, about 50 feet back there, that's Marigold Drive. So this currently doesn't have, it does have physical frontage on Marigold, but it doesn't have an approach right now. But looking across the meadow, off in the distance there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a pretty nice house up on a bluff. The Niangua River is at the base of that bluff. And this property goes northwesterly, I guess, through this meadow to that wooded area that you see. And then that overlooks the amazing river bottom, including the Niangua River. And it's the real deal. It's the big Niangua River, just a few miles downstream from Bennett Springs State Park, very close to conservation land, which is just up river a little bit, and then on the other side. I mean, it's a breathtaking area. This is where everybody wants to be. This is where people come to fish and float. Just top of the line. This is not second or third tier. This is the very top of the line property. What I'll do is I'll cruise through the meadow here up to the tree line, and then you can take a look at that. It's had some recent logging, so we got a hold of it after it was logged. The logging opened up some nice views, but our guys haven't been in to clean stuff up. Oftentimes we'll come in and clean up the limbs and kind of push them in a pile or burn them or whatnot, and that really makes a big difference. We haven't done that on these tracts, so what we've done is we've reduced the price. Good chance for everybody to get a property. I mean, you just don't find anything on the Niangua River, and this has, I mean, you can build up here on the south end, high and dry, obviously, and then as you get down to the river bottom, it is true river bottom, so it's in flood zone. That doesn't mean you can't build there. It just means you definitely have to elevate, so it would be less expensive to build your main home up here for sure, where you could do a kind of a standard foundation, I guess. But on real rivers, people do elevate all the time and build. But let's go check out that timbered section. You can look at the aerial maps to really see how everything is situated, but it's the most narrow back by the road where we were, and then it gets gradually wider and wider as you get to the river. So by the time you get to the actual riverfront, it's at its widest point. Now, as you look off toward, I guess, the north or northeast, you can see that beautiful house built on the bluff up there. And that is extremely typical of land on a river, where you've got the view, and he's technically got river frontage, but he can never get to it, not in one piece. Because in order to get a view like that, it means you don't have physical access to the water. So he's got frontage at the base of that bluff, but he can never go down and come back up again. So he gets to look at the water, but he can't use it. The thing that's unique about these tracts, this very small number of tracts that we have out here, is you're going to have the view as we look toward the north. You're going to have the river view, but you've got physical water frontage that you can get to, and you can put your canoe in, or your kayak in, or your tube in, or swim or fish or whatnot, all on the same property. So you can do your home site up here, enjoy the water view, and then you take that short little easement road, which winds around and brings you to the bottom of the hill, where you can actually get to the water and spend the day down there. Maybe have a secondary cabin on stilts down there. We've done that several times on major rivers. Oh man, this is one of the nicer tracts out here. They left a lot of timber on this tract. This timber could actually be thinned out, but if you look across, you can see that gravel road. That's a small resort on the other side. This is just a premium section of water. You can kind of see the field down there. Some of these smaller trees could be thinned out and you'd have a stunning river view. There you can see the Niangua. But as we look down, I mean, you'll own that whole field right up to the water. So check out the aerial map to see it. But now this is pretty steep. You might be able to kind of pick your way down and go from tree to tree, but you can take that gravel road right down and around and drive a car or a truck to the north end as well. So it's a pretty darn unique situation. We were thrilled to have these tracts, and this tract 5 definitely looks like the cream of the crop.